welcome to episode 82 of Anime and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Shawn.
And this is a review show that reviews anime from A to Z. Sort of.
Alright guys, last episode we got Category V, and we got Variable Geo, which is a 3-part OVA series based off of the video game. It came out, the first part, which is how the first chapter, is what they call it for the OVA, released in 96, the second and third released in 97, which is really weird. It's not like they're long, they're half hours apiece, so I don't know why they would wait so long. It's apparently loosely based off the games, minor differences. I wouldn't watch it unless I was playing the games, and I really liked the games, I wanted to kind of complete it.
Yeah, I don't even know what kind of, when was the games?
Around 90, around 90s, I would assume.
What system were even the games
PC.
on?
PC.
Oh, they're PC fighting games?
It's not anything else.
Oh.
I'm assuming if it's got the nudity that the anime also had, that it would not be on any console, especially back then.
Yeah, I guess.
That being said, there's a sequel to Variable Geo called Variable Geo 0, and I found that out when looking up Variable Geo. And Variable Geo 0 is a hentai.
Oh.
But it's an actual sequel. It's in the same universe. They're still the fighting type thing. It's just, we're also f***ing. Really weird.
Did you watch it?
No, I skimmed through it just to, see. Well, I wanted to know if it was, I wanted to know if it was on, a Pornhub because it just had nudity in it, or if it actually was a hentai, and it's actually a hentai. Because someone could have just uploaded and be like, ooh, look, anime with titties. And then it might not actually be a hentai.
I mean, the premise is very hentai-ish.
Yeah, it's a bullshit premise that's just put together so you can see tits at some point.
Yeah.
In my opinion. That's just how I feel about it.
And they did manage to squeeze an entire anime series into 3 episodes.
Wow, which is surprising and refreshing, if we're going to be honest, because after 24 episodes, which seems to be the average, and long, drawn-out plots with filler and bullshit that no one needs, this is really the opposite. It's compact.
It's very compact.
Still terrible.
Terribly rushed.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's probably. I had a hard time getting through the 3 episodes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, a little tough. Halfway through each episode, you're like, "Oh, it's still going."
Yeah.
There's no. I don't know the word for it, but there's no pauses. There's no time. It's plot point, plot point, plot point, plot point.
Yeah, it doesn't stop at all.
Anyway, premise is, I said it, is, you're set in a world where waitresses fight to see who's the strongest.
Yeah, and the waitress thing never comes up.
And not only does it never come up, as far as we know, there's only 2 actual waitresses.
Yeah.
Everyone else that's fighting in it could just be fighters.
I don't know, that bunny girl could be like a strip club waitress.
Well, they could all be waitresses, but we don't actually see them in the place of work, or they never reference it again.
That's true. We only see the 2 in their first place to work. That's fair.
No one else. It's odd. Definitely weird in that sense.
So yeah, the waitresses are fighting for $10 million in a house.
Yeah, and property in any city of their choosing.
Yeah, and if they lose their clothes.
And they lose everything, including their clothes.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like they lose everything.
That's thunder, sorry guys.
Yeah, it's poor in here at this time, so.
Yeah, so they're fighting for that. At the end of the match, if you lost, you lose everything, including your clothes, but only apparently the higher levels. The lower levels you don't, but then the first fight, the girl was like, no, in the spirit of the fight of the game, and I'm gonna take it all off. Everyone's hooting and hollering for it.
There are 6 characters in this, and there are 4 storylines going on, and there's only 3 episodes. It's
yeah, a lot of unanswered questions. Apparently, the big bad guy is the winner's mom. I understood this from reading the wiki mostly. Not all. Some of it's in the anime, but it doesn't really explain it. Apparently, in the game, she has a body, whereas in the anime, she doesn't. The wiki told me that.
Oh, well, I got all that from the anime itself, because she's
from her being her mom, yeah, but the difference I didn't get.
The difference?
The game, her mom was alive.
Oh, I did not know that, no. I didn't even know it was a game until you mentioned it.
Anyway, yeah, they all have fighting stances and weird energy powers that they can shoot out their body.
Got very Dragon Ball Z-ish.
A little bit, yeah.
The first episode we come at it was Goku versus Vegeta.
Yeah, a little power beam struggle.
Yeah, so it was kind of stupid.
It was really stupid.
The girl that travels with the main girl, not the best friend who ends up being the antagonist. The
first one she fought?
Yeah. Does she stick with her throughout is that the same girl?
Her. Yeah,
that's the same girl. I couldn't tell if that was a different girl.
Yeah, she's in a new outfit, and she looks completely different, but it's her.
And she just sticks with her for some reason?
I guess they're friends, though. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. It's just weird. She picks up a couple of companions along the way, and they're out of nowhere. And it's and then there's a subplot with a ninja girl who gets captured and brainwashed.
Yeah, and then this is in the 3rd episode. At the end of it, she fights the main girl's friend that they just paired up with.
Yeah,
they have a fight that you don't see, and then it clips back to them, and she goes, "Huh, she's a standard jiu-jitsu practitioner." No, she's not. Because you saw her fight in the previous episode. She does not use jujitsu. Go f*** yourself.
It's ridiculous. This whole thing, it's bad and ridiculous, but...
The worst part about it's probably the dialogue, and then second, I would say, is the rushed story. The art's probably on par, if not better, than what's average at the time. But the dialogue and the rushed plot, wow, couldn't get that out. It's just bad.
Yeah, it seems like I wonder if the games has nudity in it.
I would assume they do. It would be really weird for them to make a little anime series and just throw titties in it for no reason.
Because it feels like to me, someone saw the game and wanted to see these girls naked, so they made the OVAs so they could do it.
And they really wanted to see more, and they made the hentai.
Yeah, that's what it felt like to me.
That's possible.
Because there's a lot of nudity in this.
Maybe a year from now, when you're editing this and uploading it, you'll be like, let's go check it out.
Maybe. Because there's a couple of those things that I got going today, because I was editing Gundam 00 today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, where I was raging against that.
Of course, Gundam.
Yeah, well, but I was looking through it, and I was like, the anime we're gonna do next for W, and in that episode, you explained the choices you gave me. It was like 00, Iron Brother, Orphans, and World Trigger. And
World Trigger's up, and it's dubbed.
That's what I was saying.
It wasn't dubbed last time. It's really weird.
You were saying it was only sub. That's why I'm giving it to you. And that's why I didn't choose it, because it's sub. But apparently it's dubbed.
Yeah, they dubbed it. But I guess we just don't care about this anime anymore. I clicked on World Trigger, and under the description, apparently episodes 49, I think, to 53, I might be wrong on those numbers, wasn't dubbed because it's filler. And it's not actually part of the manga. So that's actually kind of interesting. They just were like, hey, we're just not going to dub this.
Yeah, I mean, why bother?
I feel like it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Maybe the dub came through because they're finally going to start it up again, because they stopped at episode 73 because it caught up to the manga, and the manga was a slow release. But there's a lot more out now. It's been a couple years.
Maybe.
So that would be kind of cool, because I really like that anime. It's a generic shonen, but the manga's a lot better. The anime's a generic shonen.
I gotcha. It looks very... I clicked through it just to see if it was dubbed.
It's a little bit better than generic shonen.
But
I should say that.
It's drawn generic.
Yeah.
From what I saw.
It does look drawn generic, for sure.
Just for the... Because I was just looking for English words in the dub, and I had to click through the whole episode to find the one speech of dialogue.
The one thing that's interesting about it is that the main character isn't strong. He's intelligent. No shonen really does that. Every shonen, the main character is strong-headed and gets through by the skin of his teeth and from true grit, and then he gets stronger afterwards. That's just not the case for the main character. But anyway, back to Variable Geo.
I don't know what else to say about it.
I wanted to also say that the one of her friends that she picks up along the way, the short girl that you really only see in the last episode. She's a little in the second one, yeah. With the pink hair. Oh no, not her. Sorry.
Not the lolly girl.
I mixed her up with the main bad guy, the girl with the gray silver hair.
Okay.
I mixed her up with her flashback. She has flashback scenes where her mom's like doing surgery on her.
Yeah, okay.
And you see her naked. And it's like, I'm not really sure how old this girl is. I don't want to see her naked. That was a little weird.
Yeah.
Didn't really need that.
I completely
could have been 13 for all I know.
But I mean,
it's cartoons.
You know what's weird about the nudity in this? It's very not sexual, but it is.
Yeah, it feels like it's sexual for especially in the first episode when everyone's hooting and hollering at the girl that took her clothes off. But everyone else is like, eh.
Like they have this lolly girl come in and she's like obsessed with breasts, so it's sexual in that way.
Yeah, that was weird.
But then they have gratuitous nudity where they're just experimenting on these girls that are naked for no reason. Apparently, but it's gratuitous and it's kind of dark and a little bit violent because of the surgery aspect.
Yeah, that got a little weird.
Yeah, so
kind of came out of nowhere, and then she's crying out, "Mommy, no!"
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's strange. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird one. I would only ever watch it if I was playing the games, and really liked the games.
I honestly, usually what happens after we get done here is we watch the first 1 or 2 episodes together, and then I go home and finish the anime.
I wait till the day before.
And he waits the day before. But I had trouble with this one. I actually finished this Wednesday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and today's Thursday. So yesterday, actually. Yeah, I finished it yesterday, and because I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to watch it. It was bad.
It was bad.
And also, it was only 3 episodes, so it was
I've come to the conclusion of something. Do you know why I always procrastinate and want to do not everything, but the anime podcast last minute?
Why?
Because I always get away with it. If I didn't get away with it, I wouldn't do it. Very, very rarely do I have to say, hey man, I didn't finish it. We gotta wait a week.
Yeah, man.
So it happens, but it's pretty damn rare. And it's usually only on like the 24 episode ones. And I'm busy, I just don't have time all the time. But it's because I get away with it.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly go home and do it because I want it out of the way.
That's fair.
I don't like waiting, because then it's like I'm the anticipation of having to sit through it and then to have to marathon it like you for all morning long and for right beforehand. I would rather stagger it out, maybe 3 episodes a day or something.
I like having a whole day to myself, and then I'm like, yeah, that was really nice. Let's have a whole next day to myself.
Well, I mean, you're watching an anime.
Yeah, but it's occupying my time.
You'd be watching an anime anyway.
No, not always.
Sometimes,
not always. But it's usually a good anime. Very often, we get bad ones. It seems like it's the diamond in the rough that we get good ones, except for that little stint we had.
We did have a little stint where it was
like 3 or 4, I think.
It was like the first 5 episodes of the second season that we hit a good stride of just good anime, back to back to back.
And then shit.
And then
piled on by shit. And then piled on by more shit.
Usually we have to rely on choices or picks and stuff to get a good anime.
Mm-hmm.
We're coming close to the end of the wheel, though, so we get the picks.
Yeah, W's this time coming up.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy. Just keeps coming.
So,
what else is for the animes? What else did we watch? Variable Geo. Beautiful Joe.
Beautiful Joe. And Virus Buster.
Oh, no, really? Jesus.
You know what?
How do you rank them?
Hold on. You know what I just realized?
We were talking about it last week. We corrected it, though.
Did we?
Yeah. You brought it up at the end. We corrected it. It's all good.
Are you sure?
You're going to have to cut a lot out now because you're not continuing. Yeah, I'm sure.
Are you sure? Because I remember...
We talked about it, we ranked it, and then you corrected it, and we were like, oh yeah, and then we looked at them, and then we redid it.
Because it was Unbreakable Machine Gun, Ungo, and whatever we watched last week. Because I want to make sure, because that Unbreakable Machine Doll is still the worst anime.
Okay. I mean, even if not, then we'll just do it then. But
anyway...
I'm 99% sure we did.
Okay.
But yeah, how do you rank these 3?
Variable Geo,
Buster, Virus.
Variable Geo was not an anime. Yeah. It was a Saturday morning cartoon, and it was hard. You didn't even finish it.
Did I?
No, because it wasn't right in the episode order, and I told you about it, but you never went out of your way to finish it. So you missed the entire last episode. That's how bad it was. So that's got to be last.
And this is going to be above Virus only because it's 3 episodes and I see some titties.
Yeah, it's got to be because of the nudity and the shortness of the thing.
Got to do that.
And it's unfortunate, but this is the best of those ones.
And it's the best of those ones in the sense of which I would watch first,
right?
If I had to.
Virus Buster Search on a technical level is probably better.
Yeah,
it's actually a full anime.
I'm also going to rate this a 3, and I'll say why before you get into like, oh, I can't give it a 3 because other things were worse and they were a 3. Because each thing is separate, and this is a 3 for its own reasons.
No, I was going to go 3.
Well, you get what I'm saying. We've done this before.
Mm-hmm.
So in the future, when I say something's a 4 or a 5 or an 8, and we say things like, well, we've both done this, not just you. It can't be this because this was better. It can't be that because that was worse.
That's fair.
It's separate. It's, you can sort of rank these against each other a little bit, but it's wrong for its own reason.
Yeah, but this...
Wrong, not bad. This is wrong.
But at the same time, you can't say this is worse than 801 TTS Airbats. This isn't worse...
Yeah, for sure.
...than the Galaxy Railways.
If they both had a 3, for instance, all 3 of them had a 3, I would probably say, if asked, I would watch this before I watch those ones.
No, because technically, in all fairness, Koi Kaze is a better anime than a lot of stuff. Better anime than a lot of things that we watch. But it's still the worst anime we've ever watched. But to be fairness, on a technical level, that's still way better.
Watch some millionaires start listening to us and be like, hey, I'll give you $1 million. You guys watch it again. You're like, God damn it, I have to say no.
Oh, man.
Yeah, alright. So, spin the wheel, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that was...
That was a short one.
We did our rankings.
Yep.
We did everything.
Did the score.
Alright, before we get into this, so this wheel is actually interesting, because we've never actually spun this wheel for W. I've always picked in W.
Oh, okay.
I did Wolf Rain and Witch Hunter Robin for both W's last time. So this is the first time we're going to
spin. I clicked through W a little bit.
It's not
looks
bad.
Pretty bad, but a lot of it looks good, too.
It's about 50-50 in quality, but a lot of it's 12 episodes, too.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, so W seems to be okay.
Alright, let's spin it and see what happens.
He's gonna raise the volume and then lower it.
Why don't you go right past Shawn's choice again?
No way.
Oh, you motherfucker.
No way.
You. Oh! Son of a bitch.
No way. I get to choose again for W.
Alright, let's put it on pause so you can go look and check. Be right back.
Alright, so I couldn't really decide. There was a lot of things in there, so I'm just gonna spin the wheel again and let the randomness take over and cut our...
Here we go. Let's see what happens. He took TJ's choice out. That way he wouldn't have to choose again, because he'd probably get it. Oh, god damn it. You had to spin it. Wise Man's Grandchild. It looked terrible. Not excited about it, but hey. It's better than some of the other ones it could have been.
Yeah, I might as well go to it.
2 seconds.
Yeah, that's a long silence there, Shawn. You're supposed to be...
You can do it.
What?
I'll be the only one that reads.
Why not?
A young man who had surely died in an accident was reborn in another world as a baby. After that, he was picked up by the parrot sage.
The Patriot.
Whatever.
Sage.
Merlin. You want to read it?
Yeah.
All right. Merlin Wolford, and given the name Shin. He was raised as a grandson. Wow, I can't do this one. I'm not going to finish it. Anyway, that's a stupid premise. 12 episodes.
That's not terrible.
Died and reborn in another world as a baby. Why not just a baby in another world? Why do you have to die in this world first? You can cut that part out and it won't matter, right?
I mean, maybe it matters.
That would be really stupid. It would make sense if he died and his consciousness was put in a body of another world.
How do you know that's not how it is?
Because he's a baby. What's he be walking and talking as a baby?
I'm not sure that we're going to pick up as him as a baby. He's probably an adult by the time we get into the show.
It just seems pointless. His soul's in another body. Well, if he doesn't have his memories, who cares?
And maybe he does have his memories.
Then he's a baby that can talk. It doesn't make any sense.
Maybe he had to learn how to talk again.
Why would you have to relearn how to talk? I mean, I guess you'd have to relearn the muscles.
Yes.
That would take 2 weeks.
Maybe.
Anyway,
maybe his brain has to develop again.
That doesn't make any sense.
Uh-huh.
Wise Man's Grandchild.
Alright, peoples. Bye.